Welcome back to the Brent Bruce Daily. Today is August 22nd, 2022. It is now 1:31 p.m. Central Time. We're going to take a look and see what has been going on with the home loan interest rates in just a moment here. But I want to make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and this is why. I am going to be doing a much more in-depth discussion on inflation, on how that affects home loan interest rates, the Inflation Reduction Act that was signed August 16th, and what is in there, and some other things that are coming out that you have to look a little further into it to really see what is going on, because not everybody wants to look at the negative part of the Inflation Reduction Act, but that is what the investors are looking at, and that is what is affecting our home loan interest rates. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that when I start putting these videos out, you're going to get the more in-depth videos that I'm not going to do here on the Brent Bruce Daily, because we need to stay focused on our interest rates. All right, so let's jump over here. I was going to get into this article here, which is interesting. CNBC talking about student loan forgiveness. Again, I'm just going to get into that maybe in the longer videos because this is entirely about inflation. But where are we today? Let's take a look. We are now 42 basis points in the red, and red is bad. We do not want to go down. We do not want red. We want green. Green is good. So over here, we have had bad day, bad day, bad day, bad day, bad day. Why is this happening? Because August the 16th, right here, President Biden signed the Inflation Reduction Act. And remember, the home loans do not like inflation. Inflation is the enemy of home loans. So why would the Inflation Reduction Act not benefit home loans? In fact, hurt them. Make sure that you watch the video. We're going to talk a lot more about that. So here we are. We've broken below this floor, and this floor, and we are now in this no man's land. And here's the real concern. I don't have an answer for you. I don't have an answer for you as to when we are going to see this turn back around. The only thing that I can tell you is that we have the blessing of technical support, which is this line right here, this Fibonacci level. We have the blessing of hopefully bouncing off of this Fibonacci level for two reasons. One is because it is a floor of support, a technical floor of support from historical data. The other is that this is the 25-day moving average, this line that's been going up, up, up. And there is a thing called the leash effect. Okay, so that is something that, again, I always want to give kudos to Barry Habib and the people at MBS Highway, because this is where this data and where I've learned this information. But the leash effect basically says that if you move too far away from the 25-day moving average, it tends to kind of have that leash, kind of that chain gets yanked, and it pulls back a little bit here. So for instance, in this case here, we were talking about the leash effect being so far away, we ended up having a really distant from the 25-day, as well as banging off of a floor of support at that moment. Okay, this kind of saved our bacon a little bit here. So remember this right here, we were talking about, about 6% interest rate, I believe. So here we are now. We've broken below this floor of support, and hopefully the Fibonacci level here bounces us back up. The reason I don't have an answer for you is because of the Inflation Reduction Act that came out, and looking further into it and seeing how entirely inflationary it really is, and some other things that are coming out. So please subscribe to the channel so I can give you more information on that. But where are we as far as our home loan interest rates in the Brent Bruce Daily? Let's look at our scenario here. Again, this is a very well-qualified conventional 30-year fixed client with an 800 FICO score, 25% down single-family residence. And it is 5.5%. Not a surprise to you. You knew it was going to be 5.5% because you watch the show every day and you know that we're down 44 basis points and what that usually equates to. But I do want to point out that if you open this up here, for 1 point, you get 4.999. Okay, so fortunately, the buy down, this is called buy down. The buy down here, the points that you pay are pretty effective. Sometimes you might only get to here for 1 point, okay? So these are pretty effective right now. And if you remember long ago, if you've been in this business for a long time, home loans traditionally had 1 point. It was like, oh, the interest rate's 5% with 1 point. That was standard. We kind of moved away from that to where we didn't pay points for maybe almost 20 years now. But paying a point was pretty standard at 1 point. So if you want to pay a point, we're at 4.999. Not too bad. So make sure, again, that you subscribe to the channel so I can give you much more detail about inflation, what's causing these things, and how that is truly why that it makes home loan interest rates move and why it is so important. Why do home loan interest rates care about inflation? Well, there is specific reasons for that. So make sure that you do subscribe, and I will get back to you tomorrow, and let's hope and pray that we have something come out that gets us to turn around and move the other direction. We don't even want to bang off of that Fibonacci level. The Fibonacci level is too low. We don't want to go this far down, okay? We want something else to turn us around. But if not, let's hope and pray that this holds and that we can bounce back up into this range, because we don't want to see home loans get into the sixes because of the Inflation Reduction Act that came out on August the 16th. I'll keep you posted. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.